this next one, Harry, I want you to take this one first. Arizona Law SB 1070, Parts 6A through D, suggests police officers verify residence, confirm identity, determine immigration status, and find out compliance to federal registration laws. All of this could take hours, beyond what Part 2 of the law suggests, which requires police to check the immigration status of all persons they stop or arrest if, quote, reasonable suspicion, unquote, exists that they are in the country illegally. The law threatens to make racist distinctions or create an environment of harassment. What is your position on SB 1070?
SB 1070 is woefully inadequate. It's woefully inadequate. It's only if a police officer pulls you over for something and then they don't even want them to ask a person's citizenship status. They call it show me your papers. Obviously, these people have never been to Europe, because if you go to any country, any industrialized country anywhere in the world, you have to show them your papers. You have to show them your passport. And if you don't have it, it's a serious issue.
Well, you're talking about when you cross a border. They're talking about stopping people in the middle of the day. They could just be going out for...
But, Judy, my point is this. That's a woefully inadequate measure. All we need to do is follow the laws that right now state employers should be fined heavily if they hire anyone whose citizenship status has not been verified. It's the job magnet that's bringing these people here. If you take that away, and free health care benefits, and free education, you take away all this that's bankrupting our country, and those people aren't going to be coming here, especially if we know who they are, because we're going to find out when they sign up for utilities. Once you know the scale of the problem, the majority of citizens will demand that you don't even need walls, you just need to know who's here, identify who they are, and let them, they got here on their own, John, they can leave on their own at their expense.
Okay, JL, you have a minute?
Yes, 1070 could be worked a little bit harsher. Although the scapegoat on the 1070 is that it's a three strikes law. Federal law states an illegal immigrant is a felon, period. SB 1070 gets 3 strikes.
It's a misdemeanor.
Strikes. No, it's a felony, and SB 1070 gives 3 strikes. It's on my website. You can go look at it, Harry. It's under immigration.
I know about your website, John, but being here illegally is not a felony. It's a misdemeanor. It should be a felony.
When you talk, I just want to clarify something. When you talk about here, do you mean Arizona? Because both of you have lived in Arizona. So you have
the United States.
But you have a special. I mean, I would say you're more knowledgeable about 770 than the typical American because you lived in Arizona. I want to clarify that. So, JL, I'm just going to give you another 30 seconds if you need it to finish up, and then we'll go to Don.
Okay, yeah, no, 1070 gives the 3 strikes. Deport, and then charge with the felony and never allow that individual back in the state.
Okay, I'm glad you clarified what that meant, the 3 strikes. Okay, yeah. Don, you have a minute to talk about SB 1070.
Well, while they have that in Arizona, I believe they should be able to stop anybody at any time and ask them for identification. I mean, Caucasian people are stopped on the street here in the United States and asked to identify themselves at times. If it's suspicious, you're out at 2 a.m., you're in an area, for what reason. But we get to the other situation, talking about employers, checking them. They did some checking on Hispanics that were in Kansas City about 5 years ago, and 70% of them were using somebody else's illegal Social Security number. And they found that out through the IRS that showed that somebody's Social Security number was working not only in Kansas City, but other places in the United States. You can't be working in 2 different places at the same time. But even after they did that, they didn't do anything about it. They give the people an ID number to use instead of a Social Security number. There's no follow-up on our government. Our government really doesn't care.